Yo guys, it is Sam. I've got some exciting news to share with you as always. This time we're talking about the 2018 iPad Pros, both the 11-inch and 12.9-inch models that will reportedly look something like this. Hit like if you're excited. This is absolutely the next Apple product that I am the most excited for without question. I think this may be the biggest upgrade generation to generation, even compared to like the iPhone 10 to 10s or Apple Watch Series 3 to Apple Watch Series 4. It's going to be incredible. And according to 9to5Mac, who has shared some new and exclusive details, this device is looking even better than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so kicking off this report is information about the screen on the new iPad Pro. It is said to go edge to edge yet again. However, big takeaway here is that there is not going to be a notch. So while the iPhone 10 has that little bump at the top that a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about, you won't even have to worry about that on the iPad or even have that conversation, because the new iPad Pros are going to have thick enough bezels to where the Face ID sensors can just fit right inside, which honestly I think is a good decision. I'm a big fan of thin bezels, but as far as things looking symmetric or looking the best aesthetically, I think putting the Face ID module inside at the top of the iPad is going to make it look pretty incredible. Definitely the best decision Apple could have made here. Now, Face ID has been a pretty big topic of contention for these iPads because there were reports for a long time saying that it would only work in horizontal mode or portrait mode. So you would actually have to like swipe up vertically and then turn the iPad to use it in landscape. Obviously that wouldn't have been a great solution, but according to this report from 9to5Mac, it will actually work in all three orientations. So like straightforward portrait, left landscape, right landscape. The only orientation it's not said to work in is completely upside down. Now I know traditionally iPads have always supported all four orientations. It was kind of the ideology, like no matter which way you grab the iPad, every way is going to be right side up, which is pretty cool. It doesn't sound like you'll be able to unlock Face ID completely upside down, but then again, I usually pick up my iPad the right way, so I don't think it would be that big of an issue. Now here's where the report gets a little bit crazy. According to 9to5Mac, and I believe one other report that we've seen for the new iPad Pros, they are said to ditch the Lightning port and get USB-C instead, which would be crazy. If this happens, it will mark the very first time in Apple's history for iOS devices that Apple gets rid of their own proprietary charging and port technology and would put something standardized on there like USB-C. I think this would be a really important step forward if Apple is marketing the new iPad Pros as computer replacements. Many computer accessories on the market don't have lightning ports or lightning cables that ship with them. They ship with USB-A and more predominantly in recent history, USB-C. So I'm a huge fan of this change. I really want this to be true, but Apple's going even a step further according to the same report. So the new USB-C port is also said to be able to output 4K HDR video, which is crazy. If the new iPads actually will have USB-C, if they will be able to output this high resolution, high dynamic range video, I think there's going to have to be a really powerful processor inside. Probably the A12X. Unfortunately, this report doesn't talk at all about what processor or the specs of these new iPads, but I would assume they're going to have to be pretty incredible. This report goes so far even to detail that there's going to be a special settings preference panel just to adjust the video output settings. So if this turns out to be true, and when 9to5Mac shares news, they have a very good track record, it's going to be pretty insane. I think it's going to mark a major shift in what Apple is doing with the iPad line. It's no longer going to be a mobile computing device. It could potentially be a device that replaces your laptop. I don't think they'll ever be able to replace a desktop with an iPad, but maybe many years down the road they will. But right now this is interesting, like a USB-C port outputting these really high resolution, pro resolutions of 4K HDR. Apple's got my attention here. Now next up, Apple Pencil 2. It's a product that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, but up until pretty much right now, there have been no rumors or no leaks about this product. We didn't even know that a second gen version was coming until now. We don't have a lot of details about how this device is going to look, but we do know how it's going to work. So pairing it is no longer going to be the most awkward thing humanly possible, where you have to stick this pencil inside of your iPad. Please tell me I'm not the only one that becomes visibly uncomfortable when anyone pairs an Apple Pencil with their iPad. It's just strange, and I'm really excited that we're never going to have to see that anymore. In all seriousness, I think that is going to be a pretty cool upgrade, but we don't have any other details about the hardware here. The number one one thing that I want to see from the next Apple Pencil is the ability to just flip it upside down and have some touch sensitivity or pressure sensitivity on the eraser portion, so you can flip the pencil upside down and erase. It's cool that the Apple Pencil 1 was so good, but it's annoying that in every drawing app you have to switch from drawing tool to eraser tool. It is so much more natural to just flip the pencil over and erase something like that. We don't know that that's going to be on this Apple Pencil, but I really want it to be a feature. That would make it worth the upgrade for me. Now, rounding out this article, we finally get confirmation for what these 3 dots on the back of the iPad are. I've been calling them the smart connector. 9to5Mac calls it the magnetic connector. It says it's going to be for accessories to connect to the new iPads. Traditionally, these 3 little dots were located on one of the bottoms of the longer sides of the iPads, where you could connect a smart keyboard or a third-party keyboard, and it seemed to work pretty well, although I never purchased a keyboard myself. It is going to be strange now. It's relatively high up on the back, so if you're making a keyboard accessory, it seems like it's going to have a ton of, I don't know, just random space to just connect to the iPad. I don't know why Apple removed it from the landscape orientation and have made it more of a vertical orientation. Maybe there's a reason, maybe Apple will talk about it, or maybe they just made this change because the new design necessitated it. We really don't know. And that's the end of the report. A lot of crazy information here. Cannot believe that USB-C may be replacing Lightning. That still blows my mind. As always, I got to hear your thoughts about this report and everything else 2018 iPad Pro related down below in the comment section. I have never been more excited for a new iPad. The edge-to-edge display is going to be gorgeous. Face ID is going to be dope. That's all I've got for this video though. Crazy, exciting stuff. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe for more. As always, I've been Sam. I hope you're doing great, and I will talk to you in my next video.